Hi, this is Ed. Today is September 11, 2025, and I'm here in San Diego. And this is a city park. In fact, it's, I think, the oldest city park in San Diego, California. We're just back from the harbor, the ocean, and those tall buildings are on West Broadway, and some of them are, in fact, the two uh, office-looking buildings are offices, and uh, and there's another one right behind it, and two condo towers. As you could see, pretty beautiful, impressive, overlooking the harbor. They all overlook San Diego Harbor and the Coronado Island, and what we call the Big Bay in San Diego. It's a huge area. It's also home to the Pacific Fleet of the U.S. Navy. So it's a very busy port. San Diego commercial shipping makes it uh, fourth largest. I think it's the fourth largest. I don't know. It's one of the top tonnage. A lot of stuff comes from Latin America and from Japan and Korea. Um, it's just across the Pacific. And the big boats come and go frequently. Very interesting. And the cargo is loaded on the trains, which are right adjacent to the docks. And all of this is just down the street from where I am right now. Well, it certainly looks different than this scene. Very busy industrial area. And the trains take all the cargo up north into the LA metro region, where the train lines converge to take the cargo further north, Northern California, Colorado, Utah, Seattle, over to Phoenix, and then eastward into Texas and across the U.S. Very busy area. So our show today is about property. And our very special guest today, our leader today, is James Moss, who is a realtor. He is a Brit and is also an American citizen. He's living in Midtown Manhattan, where he practices real estate at the executive level. And also, he is the owner of a fabulous app-focused relocation guidance and relocation information tool. It's very popular, and he'll talk more about that. The name of his company is Curzon, C-U-R-Z-O-N, Curzon Central. And for many years prior to the current roles, James was heavily involved in London property, commercial, residential, for many years at a senior level. And he brings that technical knowledge into Manhattan, and he's, as you know, it's a busy, big-time market, Manhattan and Brooklyn, very popular, very expensive. Uh, James is becoming a player, and we're going to learn more about James. So I think we're going to be joined by a couple of others. So stay tuned. This is going to be a good show. I have to put my glasses on. 1 second. Thank you. Hi, it's Ed in San Diego, and this is the oldest city park in San Diego, so the mayor's office says. And beautiful area. It's just back from the harbor in Seaport Village. And where I am coming from, where I'm broadcasting from in the condo is right above that park. So what we're looking at is the tall buildings there. It's just stone's throw. Um, maybe 200 yards from where I look like I'm standing to Broadway, West Broadway, and all those buildings are looking out not only at you and me, but the out the way is out to the harbor, San Diego Harbor in the Pacific Ocean, and so it's a very busy area. So today is all about property. Um, James is originally from London, property surveyor. I think you can do a better job explaining that than I just did. And for many years, I was just informing Ron Cooper, who, by the way, has a property for sale in Maryland. You're not licensed in Maryland, are you, James?
No, unfortunately not. But I think Maryland's great. I've been there a few times. So it's
Yeah,
a lovely state.
Eastern Maryland on the Chesapeake. Yeah, yeah, beautiful
Interesting.
area. Yeah, Ron and I just did a broadcast earlier today about 9/11, and it was all about not only remembering that, but about the recent violence in the U.S. and talking about the relevance of that to workplace situations. It's really interesting, and I invited him to come on the show not only to meet you, but also just learn more about property. James and I, as I've mentioned, but this is for the benefit of the audience out there, has have done a whole series of Curzon comments. The name of James's company is Curzon Central. Why don't you explain what Curzon is and about Curzon comments? James Moss.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, Ed. And yeah, I mean, CurzonComments is really more an observational type of situation where we have guests, you and I speak, and occasionally we speak with other people. Great having Ron here today. Um, and we really do two things. We do as a business property and relocation. Okay, so there's sort of the two things we do, and we're connected. And CurzonComments really picks up on those, either individually or collectively. I am based currently in New York, in Manhattan. My London operation is based in Notting Hill Gate, which is Kensington, Chelsea. Um, and the relocation operation is, in fact, becoming more and more international. It always has been pretty international.
And it's on
But
your phone.
yeah, but
So it's everywhere at once.
it is everywhere once, and we'll come on to this later on. But we've incorporated AI. We've done a deep dive with AI into our services, and it's a complete game changer.
So the
And
AI, meaning that your tech people, where are they, in Cambodia or the Philippines? I forget where you told me.
well, I'm pleased to say they're in New York and
Oh,
London
New
at the
York.
moment.
Oh, good, good.
But it didn't
I
start
stand
that
corrected.
way. It actually started, I think, in Bangladesh,
Oh,
on the
Bangladesh. I got it.
Bangladesh-Pakistani borders. And those guys are great, actually. I mean, they're tech. The technology skills that they have there, that part of the world, are really fantastic. Customer support, less so. So we sort of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we decided with America and Europe and the rest of the developed world in particular needed that 24/7 support.
Yeah.
So we shifted it to really to the States
Why don't
on
you
on
talk a
that.
little bit before we get going on all
Yeah.
this and look at some slides? Um, Curzon Central, Curzon is an old British name, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and you've been involved. I was telling Ron in the audience before you came into the studio that you've had years of experience being is that right, property surveyor? But that has a different meaning in London, right?
Yeah. A property surveyor is a very British, international term. It's a non-American term, and it's really a combination of three things. Firstly, it's a specialization in real estate, but that can manifest in different ways. So it takes in, for example, a lot of law, a lot of market knowledge agency types of things. We do a lot of the trainings, investment, DCF analysis, that type of thing. There's quite a lot of technology involved, so building construction, design, project management is a big part of that. We do quite a lot of that, especially in
So
London.
all of this in London, in Great Britain, England is what I'm trying to say. This kind of stuff that you just described is a customer safety thing that when you say you're a licensed, registered, whatever the right word is, tell our audience what the right word is, property surveyor, that's a trust builder, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, in the States, you have it's really divided into different disciplines. So obviously law and property surveyors aren't lawyers, but they're just tend to be experts in like tenancy law, sales law, good enough to provide professional advice. We are a professional body, members of the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. So so you're insured, you're licensed, I guess. You don't actually have to be licensed as an estate agent in the UK. We do estate agency work. But here you tend to have different things. You have lawyers, you have appraisers,
In the
okay? So
US,
you
yeah,
can, yeah.
right, yeah.
So a lot of what a surveyor or certain surveyors would do would actually be they specialize in appraisals. I didn't do that. I'm actually a qualified UK appraiser. I tend to specialize more in development scenarios and things like day-to-day property management, as well as sort of the agency sort of functions. That's been more my sort of space. Um, and then for project management here in the States, you tend to use architects. But well, from what I've seen, certainly in New York State so far, that's New York City and out Long Island, is a lot of this work's just given to contractors, and the client works one on one with the contractor. The architects don't appear to do that much project management, so they will produce the drawings and the elevations and all the rest of it, and they'll spec everything out. And then they'll give that package to a contractor. And then the relationship between the client and the contractor,
The contractor
uh,
is a builder.
the builder, sorry, the
Yeah,
builder. Yeah,
no, that's okay.
exactly. So in the UK, we tend to have professional project managers who pull it all together and make sure things are delivered on time and to budget. And if problems come up, they sort of get in they get in that mix and they sort that out. For instance, I've managed commercial projects for clients and residential projects for clients.
And you're
Um,
still doing that now.
yeah, and I've also
Yeah, yeah.
supported project managers, other professional project managers. There's some, really big players out there. Um, and we've supported those guys in things like management design for functionality of buildings and stuff like that. So it's something you should have here. I think it probably would work out really well, but they don't. And then brokers are brokers, and they do their own real estate realtor thing. So I have this sort of great background of qualification, which is useless in America. It's not useless. I don't think I'm useless.
It's
Uh,
good.
but
It's a good talking point.
yeah, but it's really good when dealing with international clients,
Oh, yes, yeah.
or
Right.
overseas clients who really want things done. They need someone they can trust on the ground. We also handle clients' monies a great deal, so we run client accounts and stuff like that.
Okay,
Um,
let's zero in on the
yeah.
topic, if okay with you, on what's going on in property today, right now. So, I think it's a transition time, isn't it? The not only into the fall and winter, but and typical things that happen at that point in time following summer. In the property market, for instance, in the more upscale areas like Kensington, where you are, in London, um, high priced, right?
I tell you what, I have a couple slides, and if you and Ron wouldn't mind, maybe now might be a
Yeah,
good time
yeah,
to
that's a good
put one or
idea.
two of those up. And
Yeah,
let's you have to sort of put the soft holding music on for a while whilst I dig
yeah,
this
okay.
up.
No, I'm gonna
Okay.
put on my
Um,
close-up glasses here. Wait a minute. Okay, good.
we might be okay. Okay.
All
Can
right.
you see? Can you
It's
see
black.
that?
Okay, there we go. London market shift down a gear. Now that's a beautiful property. Where is that? Is that in Mayfair?
This is in Knightsbridge, so just around
Knightsbridge.
the corner. Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
they look
okay.
very similar. There are plenty of properties like this in Mayfair as well.
Yeah.
This is classic, high-end luxury property. These will either be houses or they'll be apartments. Okay.
So they go vertical and stack rather than horizontal.
Yeah, they usually will go vertical and stack. That's right. You can see by the doors there, the front
Yeah, the
doors, it sort
door
of
on the
gives
lower.
definition.
Yeah.
Sometimes what you find is they do laterals,
Uh-huh. They
and
break
and that
break through. Yeah.
yeah, and that's really interesting. I used to live in a lateral, not in this location quite. But it was great because you have huge amount of floor area all on one floor. It's like living in Manhattan type of thing, except
So this
you're
kind
in
of
London.
property, how old is this structure? I mean, it's probably quite old, but refurbished and updated internally.
Yeah, this is sort of post-Georgian, Victorian type of probably. So it's probably 150, 200 years old terraces like
That's
this.
amazing. That's amazing.
Maybe, yeah, maybe a bit older. Um, they're quite they're built with traditional techniques, building techniques, and you can see the masonry there
Yeah,
and the
beautiful.
fenestration and so on. And
Elegant.
they're absolutely beautiful. And if you look at the very, very top, above the parapet there, often you will see extensions built on top to adding a sort of another level on. And that's happened a lot in London. The other thing that's happened a lot, and is happening less now, is so you're having basements, extra basements built. And they actually, up to a couple of years ago, you could find like basement levels of 2 or 3 levels down. I mean, so people would have their car parks there, they have their swimming pools, they'd have their media rooms. And it was actually affecting the water levels in the city. So the local authority, the London central government, came in and said, you're going to go down to one level now. But yeah, this is a fairly classic, London properties. I mean, even in well, I would say poorer neighborhoods, but you don't really have many poor neighborhoods in London. But even if you go to outer London, you will see the style of architecture. I mean, it's very, very standard. Um, and it's great, and it's great. Often, inside houses like this and apartment sizes, they'd be completely refurbished to state of the art sort of residential high end living.
Right, right.
You know,
So if somebody were to buy, let's just say that prime property right in the right to the right, my right of those green trees, um, from the ground floor up, so it's 4 floors plus a basement probably, and maybe something on the roof, I can't tell.
yeah, that's
Uh,
right.
what if were that to be for sale today? What would the market fetch?
In this part of the world, you're looking at a house like a complete house like this, completely modernized and redone. You're probably looking at 15 to 20 million pounds, maybe more, depending on the standard. Um, but they tend to be fairly expensive.
Yeah, but
Um,
so this kind of property doesn't come on the market every year.
oh no, I mean these properties tend to fall into two categories, I guess. One is like long-term family properties, People have just been there for a long time, but more and more into the second category, where they get sold and developed, and either by developers or end users. But developers love to get their hands on these sorts of properties because they can add so much value to them. Um, but yeah, yeah, so it's a mixture, but it's mainly, they are all private homes at the end of the day.
So let's go to something that's more plebeian. I don't know what to call it. Less than 50 million.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go far. I mean, it's a bit like Manhattan, okay? So, in Manhattan, you can spend 50, 80, 100 million on an apartment. Equally, you can buy a one bedroom apartment uptown or downtown a bit, over on the west side or right over on the east side for under $1 million. Okay. So it's just a question of sort of where you go to some extent. I've seen some lovely one bedroom apartments here, and this sort of below the Upper East Side, Yorkville, places like that, for like under $800,000.
Well, that's pretty
Um,
low, isn't it?
which,
Yorkville
well,
is a nice area.
relatively,
Yeah,
yeah,
Yorkville is around what? East 3rd Avenue and 90th Street, if I remember right, something like that.
yeah, a bit lower down. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
sort of you're around sort of 60th going south on the east
Uh-huh.
side.
Uh-huh.
You're
Okay.
one below the Upper East Side by a
Yeah,
couple
okay.
of
Yeah.
streets or so. Yeah,
Yeah. Now you are without divulging secrets or anything, you are right now in smack dab Midtown, right?
that's right.
On the east side. So
That's correct.
you're in ground zero. Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
not in 9/11
not
terms,
Ingram.
but
No.
no, but I
I'm
mean,
on.
this is where the property, all these redeveloped high rises are going on right now.
Yeah, so I live and work because I have an office here on 57th Street.
Yeah,
Okay. So on the east side of 57th Street, so you've got your first, second, third. You've got the East River.
yeah, near
Okay.
Trump Tower too,
Yeah.
and the
Well, then you
Plaza
go
Hotel.
across that. Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. So then you go across and you follow it the other way to the west, and you come to Fifth Avenue. You come to Trump Tower there. You come to 432, you come to Central Park Tower, you come to one at
Yeah.
57. Oh, these luxury,
So this is
skinny.
over by the CNN Lincoln Center area on the west
That's right.
side of Central Park.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right,
Exactly.
right. I
Exactly. You're
remember
spot
that.
on.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but so this is really prime. And so normal people don't live there. These are really super rich
yeah.
people,
No.
right?
No, no. But yeah, I mean, you never see these people. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't see them, but yeah, normal mortals
Yeah, okay, good.
will not be found there. Yeah.
Show us a couple of slides so we could see what's going on.
Yeah, sure. So let me just see if I can find the next slide here.
So I wanted the audience to hear you speak because you just have a wonderful British way. It's
Well, yeah, I mean, I managed to communicate with Americans pretty well, I think. And I mean, you and I have been communicating for many years now.
a long time.
And
Yeah.
I am an American now, so I have no excuses. Um, so which I'm delighted about. It's a great
Yeah.
combination.
Yeah.
Uh,
So that's Central Park South, and we're looking nearest is the west, and furthest is the east.
yeah, so some of the buildings we were talking about. I don't know if you can see this arrow moving on the screen.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so this building here
Yeah, the
is
big,
the hedge
big.
is the hedge fund building. This is probably the number one residential building in New York still. And this
Yeah,
is 220 Central Park South.
Is
Okay.
that near the New York Athletic Club?
Yes, it's not that far away from it.
Yeah, would the athletic club be to the right of that? My right, or to the left of that?
I think you're heading that away.
Yeah, like it could be like
So
right over there. I can't
yeah,
describe
yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
and I'll tell you why. I've been in that building many times at the athletic club, and I went to relocation meetings there.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Great,
and
great. It's a
so
landmark
yeah,
location. Apparently, I can't. I been there? I would probably have at some point. But it's terrific. It's legendary. Absolutely
yeah,
legendary.
really classic. So let's
Um,
talk about where okay, rents are extremely, I'm reading, rents are extremely elevated. Median Manhattan rents range from
yeah, yeah,
4,700 to 5,000 for
yeah.
what
Uh,
size? One
uh,
bedroom or two?
one, yeah, one bedroom, maybe two if you're lucky. But the rents is very expensive to rent in Manhattan. There's a shortage of stock. Okay, a lot of landlords pulled out of the market. They couldn't make the math work, so a lot of properties I got sold or withdrawn from the rental market. So rents have really are really at very, very high levels right now. Yeah, supply very constrained. So it's very hard to find stuff. I mean, having said that, we do find stuff all the time for clients, okay?
Just
Because
takes
there,
longer, right?
yeah, there is a churn. And you take an area like Tribeca, okay,
And where is
as,
that?
which is sort of south of Manhattan, or going down the south end of Manhattan Island, but above the financial district,
So that's
roughly.
on the west side,
Uh,
Tribeca.
yeah, you got Chelsea on one and Tribeca on the other. I can never quite remember which is which, but
Okay,
it's a
yeah,
very narrow little strip down there.
but not Greenwich Village, but close to that.
That's right. But they've
Yeah.
got vacancy rates there of about 4.7%,
Uh-huh.
which is incredibly high. But a lot of that is because there's new development, residential development going on. And the residential development is a lot of that is build to rent. Okay. So they're building the properties deliberately to rent them out. They're basically becoming long-term investments.
So these are groups that are doing that, or just very wealthy families?
No, they're commercial developers that are doing that.
Yeah, okay. So they're owning the building and they're going to rent them out because the
Yeah, so I just don't
as
know
of
the
now
give that.
anyway, right?
Let me just
So
get
they
rid
may
of.
go to condos some future day, but right now it's renters.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. I mean, it's a mix. It's a mix.
Yeah. Now
Um,
would they go that route? I mean, I'm asking the why questions. Why this? Why that? So do they do that to prevent early action defect lawsuits?
I'm not sure. I don't think that's the main motivation.
Hmm.
I think that there's huge demand for rental properties at the moment. So you're getting very high rents, which means you're going to get very good yields and returns on those buildings, assuming you can afford to hold them. Okay. So a lot of this is to do with the financial structuring of buying the site and then obviously the construction finance for the building. Um, so you've got that going on. You've got the cost of money going on, and then you've got the rentals going on. And so what you have to do is sort of, balance up is a classic development appraisal situation here. And then you decide before that you're going to hold on to the property as a long-term asset and an increasing asset, of course, in value and capital value. Um, or you build to sell, which has happened on a lot of those
So they built
skinny
it, they
skyscrapers.
once they get it built, then the risk is much less.
Yeah,
And so the way out is to find a buyer at a higher yield. They get an automatic reach
yeah.
ROI, right?
That's exactly right. So what you're doing is you're not tying up your equity.
Yeah. Okay.
You're using it, leveraging it, getting your debt finance on that, your construction finance on that, and
Do
then
you
you
want to go to
build and then
Brooklyn? Can you take us to Brooklyn? I don't mean to interrupt, I'm sorry, but
I think
just wanted to speed around Manhattan, which is unheard of. You can't speed anywhere in Manhattan, right?
yeah, I
I
haven't
mean,
got the short answer is yes, I go to Brooklyn quite a bit, and I know
yeah,
Brooklyn
but
quite
you take
well,
the subway.
but yeah, but I haven't got a slide, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. Well, you can use one of the older ones. It's a new audience. But
Yeah, yeah.
that one that you showed, that townhouse, beautiful. Uh,
Yeah, there's some great
yeah,
places in Brooklyn. I
yeah.
mean, so there's some lovely heritage properties there. These are
Hmm.
classic brownstones and stuff, which will be refurbished. A lot of them haven't actually. And then you've got the boom in downtown Brooklyn, where all these incredible condos buildings have been built.
Right. Now, that is near where Amazon was going to go in, or maybe they still are going in, but lesser. Uh,
Amazon looked at a couple of
Long Island
locations.
City is
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah,
They were
right.
going to move 47,000
I know.
employees to
Crazy.
and then the locals said, no, we don't want that. You know, we like our cozy little neighborhood. Fine, it's absolutely fine. And Amazon said, well, right, if you don't want us, we won't come.
Yeah, they went to
So
Washington.
yeah, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think there are many places that would have turned that offer down. But anyway, there you go. So yeah, that Long Island City, one stop away from Grand Central, so it's a great location.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now
it-
that Long Island City area where the new high rises are, um, is that how close is that to LaGuardia Airport?
Reasonably close, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, LaGuardia is closer than JFK, for example.
Yeah. Right. Right. Okay.
So yeah, it's
All right.
close.
Again, I don't mean to interrupt all the time. I know the area sort of,
No, it's
so I'm
great. It's
asking.
lovely chatting about
Yeah.
it. It's an
Okay,
interesting
good.
city.
So my screen share is yours. Show something else.
Okay, well, I'm going to sort of move on a little bit because I mean, we talked about the property markets a bit. By the way, if anyone would like to know more, feel free to reach out anytime. And I just thought we'd shift directions slightly at this point.
Okay, that's a good idea. If and
Yeah,
when Relo is part of that,
yeah. And
then you have the app.
yeah, so I just wanted to sort of um, tell the audience a little bit about what's happening with Curzon Relo, which is really doing some interesting stuff. This we recently upgraded the app. We're always working on apps, we're always working on technology. And we've built, I say, we've got AI integrated into the app. We are getting amazing user feedback on this, as well as team feedback. And as it says, this is great, which is always nice to hear that. These are all independent comments, by the way. So easy to use, very intuitive, which is great. I like the next one. So many mobile capabilities. You can do so much with this. I mean, you can run an entire relocation off your phone with a Relo advisor. I mean, everything. It's brilliant. Um,
Meaning you have a way. It it's facilitating connection with the various services that you must use.
the services
Right. Okay.
and the people. So we work with, a lot of estate agents. Um, I mean, really, sort of almost everywhere. I mean, I say that we're sort of New York, but we're now doing much more metro work. And, it's a small step to really be doing cases across the states. Um, much as we cover, beginning ready to cover in the UK now and into Europe. I mean, the model is shaken down so well. So I just wanted to mention this because
Great.
it feeds into the whole real estate thing. We know the
Yeah.
property side so well, and we know how to get the people in and how to make it all work and deliver.
Ron, do you have a comment or a question?
No, I'm listening intently. Thank you so much.
I'll
Great.
try not to bore you too much, though, Ron.
Definitely not
So,
bored.
So let me say I just wanted to flash that up very quickly. Just a couple more very quickly. Um, obviously we do the property side, but we're actually doing quite a lot with helping families find schools. We use schools consultants. We're doing quite a lot of shipping work now, helping people ship over. We have various third parties we work with, and a lot of it on immigration. Again, these are through partners, they're not us directly, but what's happening more and more is we're putting the whole thing together for everybody. And that's what people really like. That's what companies really, really like. We're really focusing now more on back on the corporate company SME sector. Whereas we originally were starting, really focusing on the individual, which we still are. But we're finding that a lot of people who move, not everyone moves for work, but a lot of people who work actually do want the whole thing in one place. And again, we do everything off the app. We can just run it off the app. So
And so the
it's
people who are in companies in that pivotal manager role, a coordinator role, they love that because it cuts down on their work.
Yeah, well, companies are very interesting at the moment because there are several things they want. First, they want to cut costs. They really want to bring the cost down. Secondly, they want flexibility. They really want to be able to, give different people different things that they need.
And
Um,
demonstrate the cost savings and the flex to the bean counters.
yeah, where there is that exactly. And the other thing, of course, you have younger generations, people coming through who are used to doing everything on mobile phones by
Right.
themselves and communicate differently. And they're much more comfortable with doing that, actually. I mean, many of them prefer to do it. Um, so I just wanted to put this up just to sort of show people that we cover the whole thing. We can pull it all together. Which moves me on to the next slide, which is the last one, which is actually a little sort of mini case study of a project that we're working on currently, where we're relocating this terrific family from Seoul to New York. And it's really interesting. Yeah, we're dealing with a professional executive and his wife and his kids, one at elementary school, one are going to middle school. We're dealing with the home finding, the short-term accommodation, we have specialist schools consultants in. We have some of the clients are good English speakers and some have virtually no English at all. So we've connected them with Korean experts and language experts on the real estate side and on our team side. Um, we're handling the shipping, we're handling the settling in, the orientation, the driver's licenses, I mean, the social security, all that sort of stuff. We're using the app as we need to, which people are loving because it's just easy to communicate off one base. Um, and this is sort of going on at the moment. We're going, this particular family are going to northern Bergen County, New Jersey.
So is
Uh,
this Samsung?
no, I can't say who the client is, but
Okay.
it's it is a prominent global company quoted on the stock exchange. Um, but I guess the sort of punchline here is the last bit is that using AI and using our relo advisors you off the app, and you speak on the app, by the way, it's not just texting and stuff. We can actually provide a full comprehensive relocation service for instance
So
it's 900
yeah,
bucks, which is pretty unheard of.
900. That's great. So
99.
AI speaking, meaning you could ask AI a specific question about what choice of elementary schools would I have in North Bergen, New Jersey? And they'll
Yes,
print out a
that's
list, wouldn't it?
that's exactly right.
And like it'll take you 2 days to do that, but they do it in 4 seconds or something.
Yeah, about 30 was what we saw happen. We use Ocean AI, which we like a lot. Um, yeah, I mean, look, AI is not your total solution for everything, okay? But what it does do is that it's very fast at getting to critical information. Now, AI, is non-judgmental. It's just gathering information. But you put that together with an expert relocation advisor consultant, and you've got a really powerful team, a really powerful situation there. With this particular case, that we've got up here at the moment. We have a team of about five, I think about 5 people working on this at the moment. But it all goes through one point of contact pretty well. But of course, you need school specialists for schools. We're working with real estate agents in this particular part of the country. Um, because we know leases um, so well and we know properties so well, we're qualified brokers, licensed brokers in New York and Connecticut. And particularly with my international background, we can, just cut through a lease so quickly and figure it out and pull things together and explain and help clients, really grasp what's going on and make it work and deliver to budget and on time.
James, I want
So
to introduce you to my friend. If I haven't done that already, I don't remember. Have you met Beverly in Hong Kong?
Beverly Sun.
Yes.
Yes, I do know Beverly. She's great and a big fan of
Yeah,
hers.
and
Yeah,
sh
yeah.
she's decided to expand her presence on the global TV talk show on the
Oh,
Asia shows.
great,
So
great.
I'll let you know when the next one will be. And
Yeah, she's super. Love to have a chat. Yeah,
yeah, we broadcast from 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. California time,
yeah, sure.
because it's next morning in Hong Kong and Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a daughter who lives in Australia, in
Uh-huh.
Brisbane,
Yeah.
and I think Hong Kong's 13 hours and Brisbane is 15. So I'm very, very used to late night, early morning starts, depending on where you are and who you are.
Yeah. Well, we found that uh, California 4 p.m., 5 p.m. is perfect because it's like 9 or
Yeah,
10 in Hong Kong area. And it's good. It's easy to do. Like this week, this Friday, I have my first broadcast into Cambodia, and it's 14 hours from here.
fantastic.
I know it's going to be
You're really
interesting.
getting around that.
Well, my plan is to uh, have business uh, and good connections in almost every country.
Yeah.
Hey, the world is my market.
Well,
Might as well keep going.
the world keeps getting smaller. I mean, in terms of communications and stuff. I mean, I know that's cliche, but it
Yeah,
is true. I mean,
it's
you
all
know,
relationship.
yeah. I mean, we're operating in places now,
Yeah.
which 10 years ago, even five, but certainly 10 years or more ago, would have been quite a challenge. And now it's just everything's so much more manageable and fluid. And it's great. I mean, it's one of the things that makes this business so interesting.
Well, use the chat so you can establish a connection with each other, and that'll be a measurable ROI at any level.
Yeah, great, excellent.
Ron, thanks for your time here. I welcome any comment or question.
No, thank you. James, we are selling our property. We are about 90 minutes south of Washington, D.C. We're on 103 acres. Our property will appeal to those who just need to get out of the big city. We have a 10,000 square foot home and we have some outbuildings, a 40 by 60 pole barn, 2,000 square foot office. There are 4 outbuildings total, but we live in the country. And so the owner can entertain probably literally up to 200 people when they choose to do that, but they can be as private as they want to be. Our property will appeal to a hunter, an equestrian, excuse me, an equestrian owner, anybody who just wants maybe a second location out of the city and they need time away for serenity.
So you must have some connections in London or Dubai who might want to get away.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, London and quite a lot in the Middle East, actually. And your property one sounds absolutely fantastic. And a lot of options there and quite a wide market. I think my advice would be to get hold of a really great local firm of estate agents to market it, to be honest with you. I think one of the things about markets in the States and also UK and elsewhere, most of them tend to be quite local. There are a few which are much more international. So you could say prime central London, you could say Manhattan, you could say Dubai, you could say the French Riviera, some of those locations along there. But in my experience, it tends to be a fairly select number, a small number of people who actually go and buy or rent, certainly buy in those locations. So um, I think the best way forward would be to find a really great local estate agent in Maryland, DC area. I know there are some great firms out there. I don't know if they're still going. But I think that's the best way to probably sell it and sell it at the best price, which is the other really important part of the factor here.
Yes, I will tell you very briefly. We are with an agent. We're with our third agent, and
Okay.
it's taken a while. And I have told our realtor there are only 12 people anywhere on the globe who would want our property. I just feel like that's a little bit facetious, but it's a matter of finding those who can afford but want everything that we have to offer.
Well, I'd be very happy to help you out on an international basis if that is helpful. Maybe that's a conversation to be had in another place.
Offline.
I would like that very much. Would you feel comfortable giving me any amount of contact information to give you information on our property?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ed's got all my contact info, and I can ping it over. We can hop on a call. And yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, I do stuff like in the Bahamas and a few really select properties, including in London and DC, around the DC area, and the sort of property that lovely property by it sounds of it that you have. You just never know. And at the end of the day, you only need one buyer, right?
Yes.
So the name of the game is to get it out there and see what comes back.
James, I see in the chat that Ron has sent to you a chat message.
Oh, okay, great.
All right, so open the chat and you'll see his contact details,
Okay.
and you should, of course, follow up. When was the last time you were in Dubai? It was just a few months ago, right?
Beginning earlier on this year, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a great trip. And I will probably be out there again, probably early next year now. Best to get sort of at the beginning part of the year. The other thing is Ramadan, of course, keeps coming earlier and earlier. I mean, Ramadan comes forward 10 days every year. So Ramadan is now starting much earlier in the year. So you sort of want to get that out of the way and then go out and sort of see people. We have their attention. But yeah, we have a terrific network and a lot of friends and professional colleagues out there. It's a good part of the world, interesting part.
So Global Business News is in the public relations business, and this is just a perfect way to end this show. And I thank you both. Come
Thank
back.
you.
Come back again.
Thank you very much.
And
Yeah,
I'll show
absolutely
I'll
great.
show you other buildings in downtown San Diego. I've got a lot of photos.
Excellent.
Great.
All right, ciao.
All
Yeah.
the best. Ciao. Take care. Bye bye.